simply passed a marijuana cigarette, to me, they became a drug dealer. That hand-held marijuana cigarette would send that person to jail for 7 years.
When I was a police officer in 1966, I used to enjoy kicking indoors and going after, a half a baggie of marijuana or a seed, even for that matter. It was a felony. We were told in the academy that that was a big pinch. It was really important to collect those numbers, and I did it. I did it with zeal. I did it with a lot of vigor. But after about 14 months on the job, having had a principal prosecutor slap me upside the head and question my understanding of the Constitution, I began to understand that the 17 or the 19-year-old kid I had in the backseat of my police car was not a criminal at all.
I got another word that describes the policy perfectly. Prohibition. Prohibition doesn't work. That's why we ended it.
Under Prohibition, we have given the right to the criminal of who's going to supply the drugs to the United States, what kind of drugs are going to be supplied, how much those drugs are going to cost, how they're going to be produced, how potent they're going to be, what age levels they're going to sell to, and where they're going to sell. And if they decide they're going to sell to 10-year-old kids on our playgrounds, by God, that's where they'll be sold.
We didn't have an illegal drug in this country until 1914, when we passed the Harrison Anti-Drug Act. Just before 1914, the government said, we have 1.3% of the people in this country addicted to drugs. God, we can't have that, right? So they passed this law. Now you fast forward 56 years to 1970, the beginning of the war on drugs. In 1970, the government said 1.3% of the population is addicted to drugs. Can't have it. Got to start a war on drugs. 36 years later, and $1 trillion and all these lives lost, 1.3% of the population is addicted to drugs. Remove the profit motive. If you remove the profit motive, you can do away with almost all these problems. And how do you do that? Simply, you end prohibition, which can only mean one thing: legalize drugs. Legalize all drugs. Legalize them so that we can control them and regulate them and keep them out of the hands of our children.